Hey guys, this is Ben from BensRPGPile, and this is part 2 of our Gen Con 2010 video series on our YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about what things are on my acquisition radar while I'm at Gen Con, right? You got to go into Gen Con with a plan. You got to know what you're going to buy so you don't forget stuff, and you budget your money and you're thinking about it. So these are just things I think you might find interesting here. Go with Dwarven Forge, right? Dwarven Forge booth is one of my all-time favorites. Those guys are super nice, and they have great quality stuff. I always get from them whenever I can. And this year they're releasing the Ruin set, which is their latest set. And of course I've already pre-ordered, but I just want to see them. I want to see them on the old table and be able to get a bird's eye view of them. So that's one of the things that I'm looking to get when I'm at Gen Con. I'm also looking to check out a new product that they're releasing at Gen Con. It's called Terra Clips. And I don't have anything to show you, but this is the best way I can describe it. They're essentially taking dungeon tile-like pieces, right, painted paper terrain, but on that thicker cardstock, and they're going to have these things where you clip them together, and they essentially build 3D things as you go. They have a great forum and real nice people on the forum, and they're going to be releasing their product to the public, so I'm looking forward to seeing it and maybe picking up a couple of their sets. So that's Terra Clips by WorldWorks Games. Okay. The next one is I'm always looking for specialty dice, right? I go to the Chessex booth and I look for really crazy different dice, larger size dice. The Gen Con set of dice that they release every year I always grab, but of course I lose those as time goes on, but you can't resist not rolling them. But I always grab some specialty dice. Metal miniatures, right? I love getting some painted minis from the show. I always use the painted ones for either unique characters in the party or big bad bosses, right? But I always grab those. There's always some people who have painted stuff, and they go for like 12 or 15 bucks a piece, but I always grab 1 or 2 of those. After the miniatures, we've got Sly Flourish, a great guy in the forum on Twitter, releases daily tips. He's got a book coming out. It's called Sly Flourish's Dungeon Master Tips Book. You can buy it in electronic version, but he said he's going to bring a few copies to Gen Con. I'm a hard book kind of guy. I do have digital copies of stuff, but I like to have a hard copy. So I'm going to hopefully find him at Gen Con. Maybe he'll sign the inside cover for me. Enjoy him on podcast, but I'm certainly going to try to get his book while I'm there. Miniature singles, right? You got your old minis. You go into the miniatures. Those huge Troll and Toad usually has a big booth there. You pick all the minis up in a big thing. We call it sifting for gold. You go like that and slowly find the one. You're like, oh, there it is. But I always grab single minis. The next mod we're playing is Pyramid of Shadows, and I've kind of outlined what monsters I need to get for this mod because we'll be playing it next year. We can only kind of get through one big mod a year, but so I'm going to be getting my minis for it. So I plotted that out. Right? Gen Con memorabilia, wherever my shirt is. Oh, here it is. Here's a shirt, right? The old Gen Con classic shirt. I always get this shirt, and they have these bags one year. I regret I never got them, but I always at least get this shirt. Here's the trick. It says pre-shrunk. Pre-shrunk my ass. Their shirts are not pre-shrunk. These things shrink like you wouldn't believe. This is a 3X. Barely fits me. Okay, and I'm just under 6 foot, and I'm about 190 pounds, and I still had to get a 3X to fit me. Okay, when they say, I mean, you guys know, you buy a shirt and it shrinks up and it becomes a belly shirt. Now that's no good. It's a waste, and these shirts are expensive. So get the big size. You heard it here. Okay, and hopefully they're going to do the Redbox Dragon. I pray is the shirt. I did not like last year's shirt. Miniature Building Authority, another one of our favorite vendors. There's one of his cool ass buildings. He's got this amazing display of all his buildings, and he releases his 2010 product line. He shows that off at at Gen Con, whatever he's released for the upcoming year, so I can't wait to see. He's got some cool Spanish kind of buildings. He's got some new D&D buildings. But I'm going to certainly stop by his booth and order a couple things. We love his stuff. Kind of make that game board 3D. Next one is, let's see, what are we going to go with? We'll go, oh, Hurst Arts. Sure, got to visit the Hurst Arts booth, right? They've got great, again, he has a huge display, Bruce Hurst does. I'm always needing a few new molds. A lot of a terrain you guys see on our podcast is from these molds. We do every one of them by hand. Bob and a cup of Java. I think we casted for 6 straight months and painted and glued. But I always need a few of those, so I stop by his booth. He's this very personable guy, and I always love to see what he's painted new, because he's an amazing painter with terrain as well. So Hurst Arts, you'll definitely want to stop by there. Okay. Then you've got the old Wizards booth, right? The biggest booth in the place, or usually the title sponsor. But they always have some freebies. Like one year I've got the old Action Point cards, right? They were giving these away one year. So, and sometimes, you know, they'll give away a free mini at the booth as well. If you play in one of the games, right, they'll usually do demos and they'll have like 1-hour games. At the conclusion of those, they'll give you something free. And I'm hoping, I've heard they've stepped up their free generosity this year. Origins, I heard, was just a steal of the thing. So we'll be stopping by there, and hopefully they'll be able to get our hands on a few of the freebies, but those always make for a great collection. And then also, you know, gifts, right? I play with a group of guys from Wisconsin, Jeff and Goo, and I only usually see them about once a year, and it's at Gen Con, and they're great friends of mine, and they're just good guys. So I look for things to buy, but I also bring usually something for them. One year we had taken pictures, and one year I took this was Gary this is the last Gen Con Gary was at, and so that's a picture of all of us, and I had those framed, and I brought a couple of them to Gen Con to give them, because I thought that was just a real special thing. So, you know, it's little things, right? You want to be good to your game group, guys. So one year I brought photos, and one year, because they think I have everything in D&D, well, they made me DM shoes. Look at that. So they made those for me. I've never worn them, but I think I have the only pair. But that was a gift they gave me. So it's kind of cool to give each other gifts, and something just, you know, low key, but, you know, it says, hey, you're a pal. So I also am going to be looking for terrain. Right, you can never have enough terrain. So I don't know who makes these, and I can't find them to save my life, but I need more of them. So I'm going to try to get hopefully 3 or 4 more of these. I use them a lot in our pile, our weekly blog. You know, I'll put minis up on them and take photos. And I used to have like 6 of them, but I can't find them, and it's driving me crazy. So that's terrain. So, and then other little things that I'm going to try to do. I'll certainly stop by the Gale Force 9 booth. I'm going to go to Tracy Hickman's annual Killer Breakfast. Funniest thing you'll see. Make sure you get your tickets ahead of time. I hear Litco Tokens is a new vendor. Everybody's talking about. They were a big hit at Origins. I'll probably go there. And then Mage Knight. This is a shot in the dark, but maybe I'll be able to get some Mage Knight minis, because I've been rebasing those minis. You can see that video on our YouTube channel. So I might see if there's a booth or two that's selling those, so I can get some more singles and rebase them for fun. So there it is, guys. That's what Ben's going to buy at Gen Con, and maybe those are some things that you might look at as well. Be sure, if you're going to Gen Con, be sure to say hey on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter, and hopefully I can catch you at one of the booths, and we can have a quick say hey and shake some hands, and talk about what you've been doing at the con. And we are often sometimes looking for guys to play in our games each night. We play a really long game from about 5 o'clock till about 2, 3 in the morning each night we're there. So we always have 1 or 2 open seats. So maybe I'll be able to meet guys like Game Fiend and Enigma and stuff like that, and we'll be able to hop into a game table and play. But we'll see you at Gen Con. Thanks, guys. This is Ben from BensRPGPile. See you later. That's a 4. That doesn't count.